Can't hear you.
My fatness hit the.
Did you hit the mute button with your tit? It kind of seems like that's where the button is. Is it cold in your room?
I will neither confirm nor deny that allegation.
You said your fatness. I think you meant your boob.
It's a little chilly in here. My poop could have got it. The old nip hit.
Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
That's right. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is the Lost Art of Common Sense Memorial Day Special, which basically means it's probably going to be kind of short, but we wanted to do a little bit more of a special episode this year, since we have the time and availability to say thank you for all the people that lost their lives in defense of this great nation that gives us the freedoms to do stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, without them, this awesome show could not be, period.
No, we'd probably be in jail.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not saying that we're not slowly creeping toward that.
Oh, we for sure are.
But as of right now, thank you.
Thank you.
And hopefully in some areas of the country, some people might be able to have little get-togethers to celebrate Memorial Day and remember the ones that gave their lives, maybe with a barbecue and friends over. But I know it's going to be raining here and probably mostly all over the country, like it does every Memorial Day.
I don't think it's supposed to in Iowa.
Well, good for you, Kevin. What are you cooking?
I don't know. I got a graduation party to go to. So nothing.
There is a graduation party across the street from my place.
Did you crash it?
No. But there was a car parked in front of my house. And
were you going to be that neighbor?
You can call me that ass. I do not like people parking in front of my property. I just don't.
You are.
I don't say anything. I just don't like it.
Oh, you didn't go over there like, move this damn car.
I kind of wanted to because there was a Biden sticker in the back.
No.
It's like, I will not have, you need to cover that up if you're going to park in front of my house.
It's like having a Beto sticker.
I mean, I get it. I don't own the street, but I don't like people parking in my street, period, because I have a big ass truck and it's hard to back out of my driveway when there's cars in the street. So it's all selfish reasons, but.
Yeah, that's
the only person that parks in front of my house that annoys me is the people that mow our neighbor's lawn. And it's like, why don't you park in front of their property?
Why don't they?
I don't know. He's a jerk and he wears a big old sun hat and I don't like him.
It's because of the sun hat.
Probably.
What you hiding under there, weirdo?
Yeah, probably a full head of hair.
That's right. How dare he?
I know. Well, I think in this little episode we wanted to touch, even though we just did the look ahead of 2024, a few things have changed since that episode came out, including we have two new people running for president on the Republican side, namely being Tim Scott and Ron DeSantis.
Tim Scott, he's a congressman out of South Carolina? Senator? Is he a senator?
Yes, he is a senator. I'm not 1,000%. It's North Carolina.
North Carolina or South Carolina? One of the Carolinas, right?
I have no idea.
We're going to say yes. And I don't think he definitely doesn't have a shot. Obviously, I think I even predicted the day that DeSantis was going to,
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Throw your hands
real-time fact-checking.
There you go. Yeah, he doesn't have a chance. Pretty much nobody has a chance other than Trump and DeSantis.
Well, do you think there's any chance of him being a possible VP pick?
No. I think they're definitely going to go female for VP.
See, I don't know.
I would say there's a 95% chance they go female.
Why?
I don't know. But I think that's what Nikki Haley's actually trying to get.
I don't think Nikki Haley has any business running as a VP. I don't like her.
No, I've heard Marjorie Taylor Greene for Trump.
Well, and I said it earlier that like I don't, one person does one thing, I don't like him, but that whole thing with Disney that she did, I did not like that.
Yes, I
Like,
agree
there's a
100%.
reason why.
Mike Pence said the same thing.
Yeah, it's not just like Disney meddling in Florida government, even though that's why I think he did it. Because he's like, well, if you're going to try to affect law in this state, then you're losing your status. I think that's why he did it. But like, if anybody pays attention, Disney's like one of the most woke ass fucking companies there is. Like, they literally have a program director that tries to inject as much gay stuff into every cartoon and episode, whatever. And you can say whatever you want. I don't care if it's heterosexual or gay. There's no reason to have sexuality in kids shows, period.
They had was the Transformers, like one of the new Transformers cartoons had some like 5-minute clip of them talking about non-binary. I'm like, that's exactly what a robot is. It's binary. It runs off zeros and ones.
Yes. That's what the whole universe runs off of.
Yes, because we're in a simulation.
Yes.
But yeah, Tim Scott has no chance. I think most of these people are just running for probably a seat at the table. So we got the big two, DeSantis and Trump. Then we have the little eight, or how many there are. I don't know. We got Asa Hutchinson, Tim Scott, Mike Pence, Nikki Haley, did I say Asa Hutchinson? The other governor from New Hampshire, Sulamulu or something. Right. And wasn't at one time Mike Pompeo in it?
No, he was thinking about it. I think he decided
not to. Then Vivek Ramaswamy. I think there's another one I'm forgetting, but who cares?
Here's the reason why I think Tim Scott could be a good VP pick, and it has nothing to do with him being black. DeSantis, I really think, would be a good president. I just think it's his time. Like we said, I think he would be a good Secretary of State. But like Tim Scott, he kind of follows along the stuff that needs to be done to make the country better again, to like turn it around. So he's good on that end. And then, Ramaswamy is all about that stuff, but he has no chance of anything just because he has no name recognition whatsoever for any of that stuff.
Well, Ramaswamy, I think he's a businessman, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an investor.
Is that what he is?
He's the one who started he's starting a investment brokerage firm, I guess, whatever fucking BlackRock is. He started a conservative version of that, and the investment fund that he started does nothing but finance drilling.
Yeah, but
and gas companies.
I think BlackRock's part of the black government.
I guarantee it is.
Yeah, the secret government.
But he does that stuff. Mike Pence has no chance in hell. He gave that up by even just doing something symbolic. People can say whatever they want about 2020, and he couldn't have done anything. All he had to do is something symbolic.
Yeah.
But once he didn't, he has no chance.
No, he didn't. I don't think he had a chance, period. No one really likes him.
Well, he's you want to go back to George W. Bush?
Milquetoast. He's what Dan Quayle.
Yeah. He's just not necessarily a bad guy, but he's old school Republican, rhino-ish.
Yep, exactly.
And then what the hell is Chris Christie? I almost think he's running to just try to get money to embezzle it from his campaign fund.
When's the last time Chris Christie's won anything?
The governorship?
Did he?
Well, when he was the governor.
Yeah, but that was 8 years ago, wasn't it?
I think he retired. I just know people like him because they say he's kind of like Trump because he says what's on his mind. Well, he's an asshole and he's not a true Republican.
No.
He's not a true conservative anyway. I mean,
Well,
regular
neither is
Republicans
Trump.
are kind of worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
Like-
not like Trump as far as like at least Trump wants to do stuff to turn the country around. Like
Yeah.
he looks at it as a businessman, and he went like and the I think he kind of looks at the country as kind of a business, and he wants it to be successful, so he does what needs to be done to make it successful. Personally,
You know what I found out? This
What?
kind of goes out of nowhere, but the guy that like the heir to the Levi Strauss, he's a senator. He's a Democrat senator from New York, and he has made like a large amount of money on the stock market while he's been a senator.
like every other senator in the country.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand how it's legal. I don't understand how it's not insider trading. And if the DOJ was anything of a actual police force, it would be investigating Congress people.
Well, the problem is they there's something that they passed or something like to where if you're in the government and you're creating regulations that's going to make stocks go up or down, apparently if you know that you're passing a law that's going to affect the stock, it's totally legal and not insider trading to buy and or sell stocks.
I know it's fucking horseshit. It's because they make their own rules. It's so dumb. Like, how did we allow this to happen in government?
Well, it's the same thing with the reason why we have entitlements that never go away is because people that live off entitlements vote, and they're never going to get rid of them because they don't want to lose those votes. Which is why I think if you're a capable adult, like physically capable of having a job, and you live off the government, you shouldn't be able to vote.
I agree with that.
I just don't see why you have a voice or any power in a society that you do nothing to contribute to. If you physically can't take care of yourself or something like that, we are an affluent enough country to where we can take care of the people that can't take care of themselves. And I'm fine with that. But if you can have a job and
But
you can take care of yourself and you decide not to, that's fine. Your life's going to suck a little bit and you're not going to have any voice in the matter. Like
I agree 100%.
It should be. Because if you know, it's like, oh, we won't touch entitlements. We won't touch entitlements. All entitlements are handcuffs that like tie you to the government.
Yep.
They don't offer you anything. They take away your freedom and they make you dependent on the government.
Exactly.
There is zero upward mobility if you are on government programs.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're not going to give you a raise.
Well, they will with inflation.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're not going to give you like, hey, you're promoted.
No, you're going
to double dirtbag. You made it.
Somebody did the math.
Dirtbag, level 2.
And it was a while ago. Somebody did the math. If you're fully living off the government and taking advantage of every program you can, it's like making $60,000 a year. Like with all the benefit between the food stamps, the subsidized housing, like all the medical, all the stuff you get, it's like making $60,000 a year.
I wish I could get food stamps.
I know. I'd spend it all on meat.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, that'd be what I would spend all of it on.
Fuck yeah. Cook it out all the goddamn time. Yeah, I have to pay for my food.
Stupid.
Dummies.
You get enough food to. I tell you one thing. It's gotten bad enough to where if the bottom of my cart is full, like not even full up, just the bottom. I'm a little scared of what that total is going to be.
It's always $100, over $100, no matter what.
Yeah, unless I'm literally going around and adding up prices in my head, which I used to do when I went to college because I was broke as shit.
I still,
all right,
I do that.
I have $40 for groceries for the next 2 weeks, and I would walk around and add shit up in my head while I was picking it up.
I do that still.
Let's just say there was a lot of ramen in that cart, Kevin, which you ate because you're a dick.
Shouldn't just leave food around, Josh.
I'd go out of town, come back, and all my food would be eaten.
That's right.
Which is probably why I have a thing about that now, and I want to punch people in the face when I find out they ate my food.
It's probably because of me. I traumatize you. Look at me, traumatizing one person at a time.
And I think it was a candy bar, but a guy in the crew ate my candy bar, and they thought it was funny. And it took everything I had not to punch him in the face.
I'm glad he didn't.
I almost hit a guy with a folding chair because he ate my applesauce.
Don't you eat my applesauce?
Yeah. I went in there and I had those applesauce packets were in that refrigerator for like a month. I'm like, you know what?
Probably because you left it in there for a month.
I don't give a shit. It was mine. And I looked in there and there was two of them in there and then there was one missing. I'm like, that was weird. I thought there was two. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to eat my applesauce today. And I open that thing up and it's gone. I walk over to the office and there's this piece of shit eating my applesauce. And I went into the other room and I grabbed a folding chair.
Wait a minute, hold on. So the day you wanted the applesauce, he was eating it?
Yes.
At that very moment?
Oh, yeah. I was mad.
Fantastic.
I came in with that folding chair and oh, man. It's like, what are you doing? That asshole's eating my applesauce. I called HR.
Jesus.
They're like, what do you want us to do? That's stealing.
That is stealing, technically.
Yeah. So then we got him back because this guy was eating everybody's food. So my buddy put a can of beans up on top of the fridge and popped a little hole in it and then just left it up there for I don't know how long and he ate them and he got really sick.
Oh, good. Deserve it. Screw those people.
I hope you enjoy your bean poops, you jerk.
That's why this stole ramen. You can't make ramen bad.
Well, that's when I started buying nothing but ramen too.
Yeah.
It's like, no more ho-hos for you.
I was eating good there for a little bit.
Not anymore.
All right. Yeah. So DeSantis, he was it yesterday? I guess there's a little malfunction with his Twitter.
I think they overloaded the server.
That's exactly what happened. I think they had like 700,000 or 1,000,000 people trying to list at one time.
Well, the funny thing is, though, it's like the rollout was kind of lame anyway, because I don't know if he did this because of what was happening, but it was all scripted. And I only listened to a little bit of it. Now, his interview on Fox News after it was pretty good.
I think he was probably just a little thrown off because of the whole debacle. But yeah, some of the questions he took, I thought he answered really well. But his initial, first 5 minutes was it sounded pretty scripted and kind of monotone.
But yeah, I think he did it. I think he did a good job talking to Gowdy.
I think he does better with somebody talking to somebody than he does just reading off teleprompter.
Yeah, I've noticed one thing. I'm not a huge fan of his voice.
Yeah, I take it or leave it.
It's a touch monotone.
It is. There's not a lot of
inflection.
No.
That's when you raise and lower the sound of your voice to make it more interesting and palatable.
Trump's really good at that. Trump's really good at that. Biden is really horrible at it because he'll be like, Biden will be like,
you know what I hear when Biden talks? That's all I hear.
He'll whisper, but then he'll yell, and it's all incoherent.
Yeah. It's dumb.
Old man yelling at cloud.
So yeah, those are the campaign things. There's I think there's only 3 people running for president on the Democrat side: Biden, RFK, and that one lady who nobody knows her name.
She's some businesswoman out of Delaware or Vermont or.
Yeah, and if you're gonna elect a Democrat, from the little bit I heard when she first announced, she announced for president last year. I think it was a while ago. I mean, she sounds like. The way she talks, it's like, why the hell are you a Democrat? Your party left you a long-ass time ago, which means you have no chance in hell of advancing through the.
No, if you're a moderate Democrat, you have no chance of winning.
But I think that's it. So, and they're going to hold down RFK, so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't vote for him anyway.
I guess it was between RFK and Mike Pence.
I wouldn't vote for RFK.
I don't know.
I will not vote for a Democrat as long as the Democrat Party walks lockstep and they're as stupid as they are right now.
That's true. You can't trust a Democrat.
Yeah. Just not going to happen.
Even
the party itself is poisoned with left-wing ideology and they walk lockstep. So you want more of all the crazy, stupid shit going. I don't care how you justify it to yourself. There's no way in hell I'm voting for a Democrat.
That's true.
I'll vote for myself again.
Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Everybody I know to vote for Strzelecki. Like, who's this weird dude who got like 100 votes?
I
Like,
don't
you don't
think
worry
they'll
about it.
even put it up there.
Probably not.
It's weird you can write somebody in, though.
Yeah, no. Technically, if you got enough people to write in, I don't think you have to do anything to run for president. I don't even know if you have to be a candidate to win a write-in campaign.
No, but I know there's a form you just fill out. And
There's some trickery with that too, because every single vote has to be spelled the same way.
do you, when you fill out, I don't know, do you have to pay for that form to fill out?
Yes.
That's dumb.
Yep.
You should
Hell yeah, I think you had to pay to run for mayor. That's why, well, it's not why, but I keep missing my chance to be Emperor of Amarillo.
I didn't know if you just had to pay for it or if it's just because you forget and you just didn't fill out the paperwork.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you really don't know if you have to pay or not.
No, I'm pretty sure you do. Now, what happens is like people run a writing campaign, which is basically how that dumb bitch Merkel or whatever her name is, and they can't tell me there's no funny business going on up there. She's lost her last two primaries, I think, like at least the last two. Yeah, she either does some kind of weird write-in thing or some weird election law they have in Alaska that allows her to get elected. She's not even one of the top two candidates, and yet somehow she always gets elected, and she is not a Republican. She's basically a full-blown Democrat.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Isn't it Merkel?
It might be Merkel. I don't know.
I don't like her.
No, I don't know how she. Yeah, she run as independent.
No, it's some kind of weird rule, and it's bullshit.
Alaska, get your shit together.
I know, because it's embarrassing. Like, you have these. It's like that dipshit. Was he from Illinois? The guy who cried all the time?
I don't know. Some other.
I think, maybe, I think he was Ohio. But he was a Republican. He was like one of the two Republicans that like sat with the Democrats over the January 6th bullshit. And he was like crying because January 6th was so horrible.
Yeah, who cares? Fuck them people. They're all Democrats.
Yeah, they're dumb stupids. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully, it's not a ton of mudslinging. It's one thing I don't like. It's like I feel like Republican
Trump said
Party.
there's going to be mudslinging.
Yeah, I know, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I'm never like that about politics ever.
no.
I just cut through the bullshit, cut through the noise. I listen for the policies, and that's all I go with.
Yeah.
That's why back in the day, my boy was Fred Thompson, who's dead now.
I don't remember who Fred Thompson was.
He was an actor. Have you seen The Hunt for Red October?
I have.
He was like the captain of that boat.
Ah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Did you run for stuff?
He ran for president.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was, I think it was in 2008.
So it was him. Who was it? Was it McCain or Romney then?
McCain was 2008.
Yeah. That was a hard one to. I don't even know if I voted that year.
That was the year I voted for myself.
That's a good idea.
I was never a huge fan of Bush. I knew that he was nothing more than McCain was nothing more than a rhino. He wasn't a true conservative or anything. Everybody gave him a lot of leeway because he was a
war hero.
What do you call those? Prisoner of war? POW?
Yep.
But I didn't think he was a good senator. I never liked him.
No, I didn't think so either.
And then was it McCain's daughter who turned out, or is it Cheney? Who's the most recent one? Cheney, right?
Cheney. Oh, the one that sucked in January 6th?
Yeah, she lost her seat.
Yeah, that was Liz Cheney.
I thought McCain had somebody too that
his daughter was on The View for a while.
Oh yeah, I remember her now. She's kind of like back and forth. Like every now and again, she'll say stuff that it's like, really?
Yeah.
But then she used to be the half-ass voice of reason on The View. I just thought she pulled her hair back super tight.
Was she
weird. It's like, how does that not give you a headache?
I don't think she was on. No. So no. So For some reason, I thought she was on somebody's.
She used to be a Fox News contributor. Then she got on The View, and she
Yeah,
started
maybe
wearing her
that's
hair
what I
really
thought.
tight.
Yeah,
And I think that messed her brain up. And then she's not
I
on The
think
View anymore.
it was probably the pressure from on high, telling her, "Hey, cool with this Republican conservative stuff. We'll have to
Yeah,
let you
because it was
go."
weird. Because even after I thought she went off the edge, like she would come back and like if somebody on The View, which is almost 99.97% of everything
Yeah,
that comes out of those ladies' mouths, said something stupid, then she would kind of push back on it. But yeah, she was kind of weird.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think she was just trying to keep a job there for a while.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
is there anything else you want to talk about?
We can talk about Target losing $9 billion because they like to sell inappropriate clothing for toddlers.
Eventually, these companies, even with their whatever it is, the social agenda score, or whatever the fuck it is, they're gonna have to like be like, hey, is it
Equity index score.
whatever? It's a BS thing made up by fucking idiots. That is, has a lot of influence because it's all funded by BlackRock and Vanguard. Uh, but eventually they're gonna be like, well, fuck this. They have to because, they're losing so much money.
Well, and they did actually. First, they moved it to the back because they had an emergency meeting. That's another thing. Like, okay, Pride Month, whatever. It's weird that people make their sexuality and sexual orientation the focal point of their life. I think that's someone who's lacking something and empty inside and needs to get a life, literally. Um, but like, apparently, you would walk into Target and that's the first thing you saw was their Pride shit. And it's like, yeah, because a majority of your customers are going to go over there. It's like, yeah, I want to buy a onesie that allows tucking. And let me tell you something, Tuckers may be filing a lawsuit.
If you're
Patent infringement.
you're in a town in Arkansas or Mississippi and you're like, I want to go see, you go to Target and first thing you see is a Pride thing. I mean,
I don't care if you're in San Francisco. You still can't tell me a majority of the people there are all like
maybe
even
San Francisco.
and it's not even that. It's not even like yeah, there's probably a lot of gay people there, but I wouldn't say a
Everybody's
majority
a
of gay
social
people buy
justice
into that
warrior.
pride shit.
Everybody's a social justice warrior in San Francisco. They allow people to shit on their street. So,
Well, but you shit for justice.
shit for justice. That's
No, like
what they're doing.
I listen to Dave Rubin every now and again. He's gay, and like basically what he says is like, yeah, most like normal gay people that are just like normal people that happen to be gay do not support any of this shit. They
Yeah.
just want to live their life. They just happen to be
Well,
gay.
that's because a lot of gay people and anybody in the community are basically, they're just normal people. That's not their identity.
Well, and they're not in that community. They're just in our community, like the community that is the United States, and they don't make their sexuality their focal point.
And it's all these, it's these young 20-year-olds and, who have been brought up through the universities who think their sexuality is their personality and who they are. And it's these freaking suburban white women who, don't have anything to do other than drink wine and be mad because a black person in Compton, I don't know, did something and was maybe wrongly accused, maybe not, but
I don't
we
know.
want to
Apparently,
speak
being
for them.
arrested nowadays is wrongly accused.
Yes. So, uh, it's just,
I think it's stupid. I hope. Here's the thing. It's like another thing where I don't go to Target that much. The only time I go there is to buy, for me, is to buy candy before we go to the movies. Like my lady likes it a bit, but I could give a shit less if I ever went to Target again.
I don't know if I've been to Target. I think I went there last year because it was close to a hotel I was staying at and they sold booze.
Well, and that's what's
And
weird
I
because
wanted
Matt
some
Walsh
beer.
was saying, like, I don't get like Matt Walsh was like, well, Bud Light boycott's not that big a deal because it's fucking moose piss or whatever. It's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, you don't like it. He says that one's easy because you can go to the store and like instead of buying Bud Light, you buy a different beer. Well, it's like how fucking hard is it to not go to Target? I don't know about where you're at, but down here we have like 5 fucking super Walmarts. Like you have to go out of your way to go to Target instead of Walmart.
Walmart's probably got some pride shit and stuff, but I mean, I don't think
I
it's
mean, if
not
they
front.
do, that's just weird. Like Walmart must be big enough to where they're not affected by ESG because they just they're just a store. You never
They
really
do
hear
what
much
they.
about it.
You don't because they don't. Well, they're big enough. Yes, I believe they're big enough to where they probably don't need this ESG or whatever score.
Yeah, they don't need well, I guess too, it's not necessarily just potential investment. Like BlackRock and Vanguard will buy like stakeholds in companies, and they try to push the board.
And maybe Walmart they just haven't.
Yeah, well, they might just they might say we're not going to do that. I mean, the only way that works is they can lean on you financially, put you in some type of like if you don't do this, we're going to put you in a financial.
They're
bind.
like half our
Walmart
customers are freaking rednecks that love a Dale Earnhardt shirt.
I just remember when I yelled something out at a racetrack in Michigan about Dale Earnhardt Jr., and I'm pretty sure he heard me because he looked right at me. And I was a Gordon fan, so obviously it wasn't a nice thing I said. That's when you passed out.
I got drunk.
We were sitting like 10 rows up from the track, so which means there's like 30,000 horsepower flying by. Kevin just here.
I got drunk.
I remember I fell up the stairs like Biden did trying to get back. And yes, we did buy a ticket for our cooler.
Yeah, we did.
That was actually kind of fun. That's when I was never a big fan of the Miller Lite driver, Wallace.
Yeah.
Rusty Wallace. And he got in a wreck that day. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, Rusty. That was kind of fun. I've only done it once. I'll never do it again, but it was fun.
I went to another race. I went to 2 races.
I didn't. I only went to one.
Both in Michigan.
And the other reason I yelled something at
I think I passed out the second one too.
Well,
I wasn't nearly as low though. I was like halfway up.
Well, the only reason I yelled like Dale Earnhardt Jr. sucked is because Chuck was with us.
Yeah.
And that dude is a diehard Earnhardt fan, so he didn't appreciate it.
He had a whole
I'm like,
shrine.
look, Chuck, he's looking at you.
He had a whole shrine.
Yeah, it was weird. Here's my 3-season shrine.
Yeah, everybody's got their thing.
This stuff's worth like $60,000. That's only if you find someone dumb enough to spend that kind of money like you did.
Yeah, you spent $60,000.
I'm not gonna lie though. I never I was indifferent to Earnhardt. I was a Gordon fan, but it was an impressive collection. He had some neat shit. I'm not gonna, I'm like one of those people that talk a bunch of shit to your face, but I'll be like, yeah, that was kind of a cool collection.
Yeah, I don't know. I never got into racing, so I don't care about any of them. I just went there to drink.
I have a couple die casts.
I still get stuff from what was it? I think I still get stuff from Bud Light when I signed up at the tent there for something. I cannot unsubscribe from them.
Well, yeah, I think we hit the Marlboro tents, the Skull tents, the beer tents.
Yeah, because they give you free
sign
shit.
up for their shit and you get free stuff.
Yeah, we got free beer, free cigarettes, and free fucking chew. So,
yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I had a McGriddle.
Yeah.
That's when they first came out. I'm like, oh my God, these things are delicious.
We are really dating ourselves here.
It's a pancake sandwich with syrup in it. We dated ourselves when we said Rusty Wallace.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Well, I don't think most people. I think more people understand the McGriddle reference than the Rusty Wallace one.
Yeah, probably. But it was delicious.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, these are life-changing. I'm going to get 5 more and then go drink a shit ton of beer and not throw up.
Yes. So that is why Walmart will not cave into BlackRock, because of the redneck freaking race fans.
Yeah, probably. I think they've just grown to a big enough company where it doesn't matter. They can push the needle one way or the other. But the one thing I do like, though, is and honestly, if Bud Light doesn't do something like that video I put out and make some kind of apology like that, which they're not going to.
Yes, check out
I
that
think
video
Bud
on
Light's-
Rumble.
Yeah, check us out on Rumble. Like
Or-
it, share it, comment.
Or on TikTok or Reels.
TikTok, Reels. Yeah, check us out. We're on everything.
Like it and subscribe and tell your friends about us.
That's right. But
And
they,
make sure you like. All right.
Yeah. How hard is it to hit the thumbs up button?
Yeah,
I
come
mean,
on.
really.
I know you're watching it.
Yeah. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking to you,
Because
mister.
I'm watching you right now. Touch that button.
Do it.
Now, what were we saying?
I don't remember. You totally threw off my chain of thought. Because you're a
All
jerk.
right, one last thing I want to bring up before we get out of here for our mini episode is the woman from what college was
Hunter
it?
College.
Hunter College, who chased after the people from the New York Post with a machete. Supposedly, this all started because there's a pro-life display up, and she said she got
triggered
angry at
her
them,
students and was
it
violent.
triggered her. It was violence because it was triggering her students. So, if your students are triggered by just a stand of pro-life, we are in trouble as a nation because your students are a bunch of wusses. They don't deserve to be outside college. They don't deserve to be outside their parents' house. They don't deserve to be outside the womb because they're babies and they need to grow the fuck up because the world is full of triggers. That's the world. Everybody, basically what I've learned is pretty much what, I don't know if I'd learned it, I just assume it. Everybody hates you until you get to know them. That's how I see the world. That's how you should see the world. No one likes you. They're going to make your life hard unless you get to know them. Then maybe that might be cool. You don't know that for sure. Until then, think they hate you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a PSA.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah. It's how I see the world. Everybody
At
hates
least
me.
it comes with me. I don't like anybody until I get to know them. Some of my best friends I couldn't stand when I first met them. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're a fucking freak.
Yeah, exactly. So just assume that everybody hates you and you hate them, and they're going to do something to piss you off. But you're like, that guy hates me. He's going to probably do something to piss me off.
Well, that's what was bullshit, though, because she's like, you're triggering my students. This is violence. And then she violently started throwing shit off of their table.
Yeah,
And
then
the
she
reason
actually
why people
committed
do
violence, like she's
Well, and the
threatened
reason
violence.
why people do that shit is because they literally think there's zero consequences for what they do. Like, well, have you seen this new? So that's about that. Then she chased people with a machete, and then she got arraigned. She blamed everything on race, sex, and
what all the trigger words,
the
that
typical
somebody-
left wing bullshit. But have you seen these videos of? It's a dude in Europe who's been like doing, like he stole a person's dog,
Oh, I saw that.
and then he like broke into somebody's house and was like sitting in their house.
Yeah, you know what
Like-
happened in America?
Yeah,
He's gonna
you're
pick the
lucky
wrong
you're
house.
in Europe.
Yeah, they
Like,
were
'cause,
in
like-
England or something.
Yeah, if you're in Texas, you don't even have to have a weapon.
How much
If I
longer?
walk into my house and some stranger sitting in my house, I have every right to defend myself and property.
All right. Well, I don't care how much longer we have. I have to pee. So put the pee
Well,
music
let's
on.
just wrap it up. We can wrap it up.
All right.
This has been a good Memorial Day episode. I hope everybody had a good weekend and is enjoying their day off today. If you don't have your day off, that sucks to be you. And
Hopefully, you're listening to us while you're barbecuing.
that's right. Listen to us while barking super loud and annoy all your left-wing neighbors. Until next week, I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is the Lost Art of Common Sense.
Common sense.
Common Sense.
Common sense.
And route.
Boobies.